Good afternoon, everyone. Surjit sir,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are very much
Okay.
audible, sir. You are audible, sir.
Okay. So, welcome again, all the participants. We have once more our most learned resource person, Surjit sir, all the way from West Bengal for us here. Uh, I request him to start today's session uh, on the stress management for teachers. So, sir, please start.
Right, sir. Okay, sir. Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good afternoon to all the respected teachers who are present today in this platform through Zoom. Good afternoon to my good friend, my co-resource person for many occasions, my mentor, my guide, Dr. Himangsu Kumar Pandey. And every time, whenever I am in this type of a training session, I will always tell everybody that if sir was not there on that particular day at Ranchi, then I would not have been here today with you all. So it is sir who actually showed me the path or the avenue on how to become a resource person. Thank you, sir, for that great day. And I am always there for you. Whenever you will need me, I will always be there for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So with this, let's start the day. Respected teachers, to be very honest with you all, and not keeping anything on either side, we, those who are in the profession of teaching, those who are in the profession of teaching learning process, we are the ones who always face severe stress and strain. Nobody can deny this fact, because our profession is completely different from rest of the professions, as we are the creators of all the professions. So when we are the creators for various types of professions, and when we are working with different types of people, especially we are working with children, and the children are of varying age, right from nursery to standard 12, and in every part of their life they are changing, their thinking change, everything change. Okay, they are always in a transition phase. So dealing with these types of people is not a matter of joke. And every time we always have to think that, are we able to give our best? Are we doing our duty properly? Are we giving what exactly they need? And when these types of situations arise, stress is bound to take place. We cannot move away. And not only in our profession, in fact, stress and strain is there in each and every profession, but ours is a bit different. Ours is a bit different. And CBSE believes that in order to give better education, in order to give quality education, in order to give standard education and unique education, there should be stress-free environment within the educational institute. And that's why CBSE, along with all the stakeholders of education, like the principals, the teachers, the management, even the people in the ministry, they all join hands together to come out with some techniques, to come out with some methods, so that stress and strain can be relieved. It cannot be removed, but at least it can be relieved. Okay, so with this, let's go forward and let's see what are the important. Sir, can we have the next slide, please, sir?
Yeah. Just a minute.
Yes, sir, please.
Is this one?
This is the second one, sir. Now the third one. We'll move to the third one. First one was the introduction. This is the introduction one. Okay. We'll move to the next one, sir. Next slide. If you just can click it, sir, it will automatically come. Yes. Right. So we will start from here, sir. Wait. So respected teachers, let's start and let us go for this. Actually, there are different sessions that do it in this way. So importance of stress management. First of all, why we should go for stress management? What is the basic need for this? See, stress. So let us understand what exactly is stress. Okay. So stress is something that everyone experiences. So learning how to cope with its effect is something that everyone needs to master from their own physical and psychological well-being. So stress is something that everyone we all experience in the beginning. Just now, just a few seconds before, I told you that we all need. We all experience stress. We are bound to. If we don't, then again there is something wrong with us. But we should also know how to remove them. We also have to. We should know what is their effect, what are the experiences that we get, and how to master by our own selves to keep stress at bay by our own physical and psychological well-being. Those who don't learn and use appropriate stress management techniques can experience a variety of negative effects, including physical illness, psychological illness, damaged personal relationships, poor productivity, and many more. Yes. If we succumb to the stress, see, again I'm repeating that stress is bound to be there. You just simply cannot live a life without stress. Somewhere or other it will enter in our life. But we must know, we must have the ability to manage the stress. If we don't, then we will be facing these several types of negative effects in our life. Like there will be physical illness, the body will not respond properly. And if the body doesn't respond, the mind doesn't respond properly. And if the mind doesn't respond properly and the body doesn't respond properly, then what will happen? We will experience different sorts of situations in which our own personal relationships, maybe with our family members, with our friends, with our colleagues, especially in our profession, with our students, they all will be in a topsy-turvy situation and productivity of our life will be less. So the next one, please. So we must know the techniques on how to go with them. So the next slide, if we can have.
I don't know why, but it's not moving ahead. Every time I have to take another say.
Sir, what I will say, if you just make it full screen and if you just use your this thing, the mouse also, if you just can scroll it, it will go on moving, sir.
हो गया?
Yes.
Thank you.
Respected teachers, today we are in such a situation that maybe things will not move as they used to move previously. Things will not be so cool today. But let us enjoy this also. Let us experience this, okay? Because everything is an experience in life. Okay. This is just an illustration. This is like a cartoon which says that moral is worse than we thought. A computer just signed up our stress management workshop. See, when excess of everything is done, if anything is excess, then the capacity, if it goes beyond the limiting capacity, then even a machine will also give up. We are human beings. So this is a very modern day illustration or a cartoon. Okay. Now we have some alarming effects. We have some alarming statistics about stress, and they are all very true. See, 65% of all Indians suffer from stress. 65% of all Indians suffer from stress. In fact, this statistics that this percentage has increased in the last 2 or 3 years. After the COVID, they have increased, and now they are saying that it's almost 75%. At least there is an increase of 10% of it. Okay, that's what the reports we have. Stress increases the chance of heart attack by 4-fold. My goodness. So it increases, and India is a country where these cardiac problems are maximum. A country like India, in our country, we have severe cardiac problems. Heart attack is very common. At a very young age nowadays, people are getting heart attack at 35, 40 because of excess stress. And you know, the way the organizations are working today, the way they are pressurizing the workers, is bound to happen. Stress-induced cardiac problems have doubled in the last 15 years. Yes, it's true. And we are the worst sufferers of it. And 25% of all Delhi employees view their job as the #1 cause of stress. This is about not only of Delhi, this is also now nationally, this is also happening. 15%, 25 to 30% of the people think that their job is the #1 cause of their stress. After that, family problems, relationships, all these things are there. So this is what is happening today, and this is the statistics. So excuse me, keeping this in mind, we have to move forward and learn how we can cope up with the stress, so that at least if the percentage is increased to a certain extent, will be more than happy. Okay, what is health? That all of you know very well, but just to repeat you once again, that it's a state of complete physical, social, and mental well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. That is what the World Health Organization says. We all teachers are teaching this to our students. Okay, within the context of health promotion, health has been considered less as an abstract state and more as a mean which can be expressed in functional terms as a resource. Now, what is this all about? Within the context of health promotion, if we take health promotion, providing information about how to keep the body and the mind physically and mentally fit. Okay, health has been considered less as an abstract state. Abstract noun we have all studied now. The same thing. It's less about a feeling and more as a mean which can be expressed in functional terms. If health is perfect, if health is good, then work can be done, and human resource is the most important resource for any nation. So health is more of a resource. So health is more of a resource and less of an feeling. So taking this into consideration, we have to move forward, that we have to keep ourselves healthy, because if resources are not used properly, if resources get lost, if resources are damaged, then the nation cannot progress. The next one, sir, please. The key messages that we want to give in this, what is the, see, life poses challenges all the time. Okay, life always poses challenges to all of us. All of us try to meet these challenges in our way. Life is bound to be with challenges. Every now and then we are facing challenges. If we don't face, then what are we there for? All of us try to meet these challenges according to our own ways and means. Life challenges are not necessarily stressful. Much depends on how we view them. Okay, so life challenges that we are facing. Okay, it's not necessary that always they will be stressful. It's not important that they will be always stressful. To a great extent they are stressful, but not necessarily always. Much depends upon how you view them. Sometimes, respected teachers, elders, sometimes the situations come in our life, they seem to jeopardize our life. They seem to create a very panic in our life. But then we human beings, we take that challenge in a different way. We make it a point, no, we will not succumb to it. That is what our real quality is. Okay. So to meet the life challenges successfully, one must learn ways to manage stress. So if we want to, those challenges we are facing, the stressful situations we are facing, those tensions are coming to us, but we also know how to move them, and we should know how to. There are both effective and ineffective ways of managing stress. There are some result oriented, some not so much result oriented ways, but they do give us some results. So there are both effective. All of us know what is the meaning of effect and affect. So effective and ineffective. Effective means result oriented ways by which we can remove stress, and also there are some ineffective ways, okay, where we may not get the result so fast, but definitely somewhere or other we will get it. So we'll move to the next one, and let us see what else information we have about this stress management. Now, understanding stress. What is it? Stress, we are giving all big things about it. But what is it? Stress is your mind and body's response or reaction to a real or imagined threat, event, or change. So stress is your mind or body's response, either the way we think or the way our body responds, or a reaction. Every action has a reaction. It's like that. Okay, or a reaction to a real or an imagined threat. Sometimes it can be a real threat, sometimes it can be an imagined threat. Like suppose you are a very simple one I am giving a suddenly, suppose you are walking around the street, suddenly from somewhere a mad dog comes and starts running behind you. Now what you will do? You will just run for your life like that. So that is a situation. And sometimes an imagined situation. Imagined situation may be like, say, your principal is walking through the corridor of your school. You are taking class. And the principal just gives a glance towards your class. Just gives a glance towards your class. You may start thinking, oh my God, today principal sir has seen me. Or principal madam has seen me. Today though she will definitely take action on me. Okay. I was doing everything, but why did she look in that way? She was walking straight or he was walking straight. Suddenly, why she pipped that way in my class? So there is something wrong somewhere. I will be taken to the office today. So this is like an imagined threat. Maybe the principal is not at all bothered to think it in that way. Okay, principal just gave a glance, that's all. But we imagine it within ourselves. No. So this is like an imagined threat. We ourselves is creating that. The threat, event, or change are commonly called stressors. So what are these? Threats, events, or the changes that come, we call them as stressors. Stressors can be internal, like our thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, okay, internal stressors, or external, loss, tragedy, changes. Suppose if we lose some very close person of ours, okay, like in this COVID situation, almost each and every Indian lost one or two relatives of their own. So that is a loss. Or a tragedy, something unexpected happened in our life, for which we are never ready for that. Or a change has occurred, which may not make us comfortable as we were previously comfortable. So all these events, all these changes, all these tragedies, they are actually known as stressors, and they can be internal stressors and they can be external. This part I'm repeating again and again: internal and external. Thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes, the way we think, the way what we believe, and the way we express, these are internal, and external are the others. Stress is a consequence of interaction. Stress is what? It is a consequence, it's a step of an interaction. Stress is adaptive behavior processes. Adaptive, how you adapt yourself on that particular situation. Okay, it is a natural part of human functioning. In the very beginning, I said, again, I am telling you, it is a natural part. It is a common thing that will happen in our life. We just simply cannot. Nobody can in the world can say that I am living a stress-free life. They will be there, but we have to manage them, and that is what we have to do over here. Now, those who experience stress, what they find? They selectively perceive information. Step by step, they perceive information. Sir, am I audible, sir? Someone is writing a message that I am not audible. No sound. Am I audible?
No, you are
sir?
absolutely audible. You are clearly audible. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So those who they get it, selectively perceive information. Step by step, they get it. Fixed on a single approach to a problem. They get fixed to a single approach and they look up to this problem. Overestimate how fast time passes. Sometimes we say no, that we are supposed to do a particular work, but if we are not able to finish it within that stipulated time, we say, oh, look how quickly the time has passed and I'm not able to do my work. That is how we experience stress. Adopt a crisis mentally. Adopt a crisis mentality. We adopt a crisis mentality means, no, some people always have a habit of doing this. No, I will be not able to do this. So this is not available. That is not available. How can I manage that thing? How can I do the thing? So purposely we are creating situations, and because of this, we purposely put ourselves into a stress situation. And it is very common. It is very common in almost all workplaces. And believe me, with due respect to all the teachers who are present today in this platform, sometimes we do experience this in our schools also. Sometimes there are a handful of finicky teachers who know everything, how the things are, but purposely they create some sort of problem in order to make the situation a bit different. Sir, this was not there. That was not told in this way. Sometimes people don't apply their brains also properly. Everything cannot be done on pen and paper. No, sometimes certain things has to come from the heart, but that heart is not working. That heart doesn't come, and then what happens? These types of situations. So some people purposely create situations and they have this mentality of creating a crisis within them. This is very bad, and this is what that leads to stress. With my due respect to all, it's not that everybody is doing it, but a small percentage is there. Sir, yes. Sir, can we go back to the previous slide once again, sir? Sir, can we go back to the previous slide once again? The one just, yes, sir. Yes. Right, sir. A little discussion I need over there. So, what to do in these cases? Consult and listen. Some people are there, they don't consult and listen to others. We are human beings. We are people made up of flesh and blood. We have a body, we have a mind, we have a heart. But if we keep everything to our own selves, if we are having problems, and if we don't discuss and listen to others or don't consult, then we are bound to face these problems. We are bound to face these types of situations where stress will engrip us like anything. And this is what people experience. This is what people see when they are in stress. But they don't want to. Some rely on the old habits. Oh, this is the rule and it has to go in this way. People may not change the rule. And because of that also we often get into stress. Like say, for example, a very common superstition we have is that when we go out, if say a cat crosses the path, what we say? आज तो बिल्ली रास्ता कट दिया है, ये जाननी तो मेरा अच्छा नहीं हुआ, आज का दिन तो अच्छा नहीं हुआ. अरे बाबा, बिल्ली का क्या दोष है? उसको तो जाना है इधर से उधर, वो चला गया तो इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है? लेकिन no, that mindset, that old habit is there. Na? Somebody has put it into our mind that if a cat crosses, the day will be very bad, the journey will be very bad. We are bound to meet some accident or something like that. All sorts of unnecessary things are there which keeps us. So, and when people experience stress, what happens? They are less able to generate creative thoughts. Yes. If we have this type of mindset, if we are always in stress, we purposely create some stressful situations, then what will happen? Our creative thoughts will not. We will be thinking about all those negative things, and the creativity within us will not come. Okay, and the innovative power of us will lose. We will lose them. So it is very important that teachers stay away from all these things. Some of the things we can do by our own selves. Okay, we don't need to think about all those old types of superstition. Okay, sir, let's move to the new. Next slide. No, sir. Yes, after this, sir. Yes. Yes. So this one also you have done. Actually, sir, you are moving. Yes. You have to go forward, sir. Right. So what key message we have received right just now? The stress is your mind and body's response. One message that we have got is stress is your mind and body's response or reaction to a real or imagined threat, event, or a change. The threat, event, or a change is commonly called these stressors that we have seen just now. Stressors can be internal thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. Please keep them in your mind. And external ones are like loss, tragedy, or a change. Okay. So this is what we get through stress. Okay. These are the things that we have just now got information about it. Okay. We will move forward a little bit. Thank you, Sanjay sir. Thank you. We'll move forward a little bit. Sir, can we have the next one, please? Tea break. Okay, myths and misconceptions. Now, there are a lot of myths and myths. All of you know what is myth? Something which is not true, something that is functioning, but it is not true. Okay. And misconceptions, the wrong ideas that we have and which we go on following, and we purposely put ourselves into stress. So one such is like this one. Myths about say, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. There's a thinking. Okay, if you can't stand the heat, okay, get out of the kitchen. Okay, underlying assumption, strong people are not affected by stress. So one is, if you can't stand, the myth about stress, that if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Okay, kitchen is also a place where the fire burns. There can be heat also over there. But it's not necessary that always we, since the two places, standing under the sun, standing under the heat, and remaining over there, the perceptions can be different. No, so why should there be a myth like this? Underlying, strong people are not affected by stress. Absolutely wrong. This is strong people. strong people, weak people. There's nothing like that strong people or weak people. Your mentality tells you what you are. And remember, and believe me, sirs and madams who are present today over here, you know, you will always find there's a group of people who will say, मैं तो टेंशन लेता नहीं, मैं टेंशन देता हूं. They try to possess, they are very strong. सही बात यह है कि जो ये बात बोलता है ना, वो सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रेस में रहता है. एक किस्म का लोग होता है ना, रेगुलर बोलते रहता है, मैं तो टेंशन लेता नहीं, मैं टेंशन देता हूं सब. ये सबसे ज्यादा, ये लोग सबसे ज्यादा टेंशन में रहते हैं. So it's a myth that strong people will not have stress. Anyone can get burnt. We can, however, take precautions. And the fact is that, see, we all can be stressed. But yes, we have to take precautions. Okay. Now, if you see the other illustration over there, stress has nothing to do with how many hours of work you do. That is very true. And everything to do with how you feel during those hours. Yes. See, stress has nothing to do with how many hours of work you do. It's very true. You know, it's very true. How you do the work, that will put you in a stressful situation or may not put you in a stressful. How you do the work, how you move with the work. It is not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. That was told by Louis Hawkes. Okay, Lou Hawkes said that how you carry the load, it all depends upon that load, how you can, not the load. Load can be as heavy as it may be, but how you carry it. And that will cause them. And because of this, a lot of innovations have come up. Nowadays, we have that wheeled trolleys through which we carry our luggage. So it was somebody's innovation. Before that, carrying the luggage used to be very stressful. Okay. So this is how things have to be. Now we have to apply our own thinking, our brain, our ideas, our creativity, and we can remove stress. Okay. So can we have the next one, please, sir? So a person's understanding of, so what we have understood, a person's understanding of stress and management is largely influenced by their preconceptions and beliefs. Okay, and their own capability to manage them. Okay, so what we have just learned is that a person's understanding of stress and its management is largely influenced by their perception and beliefs about stress and their own capability to manage it. So how we take it, what we believe, and how we manage it. So these three words, what and how we will do it, okay, and when we'll do it, all these things will actually tell us how to manage stress. Myths and preconceptions pose a great hindrance. So if those myths are there, the preconceptions are there, those wrong ideas are there with us, then they are bound to cause hindrance. And normal life will not there. We cannot move with it. Voice is not working. Someone is writing, voice is not working.
It's absolutely all right. I think
Okay,
they
sir.
are not in, their network is unstable.
It is not. Yes, sir.
You continue. Yours is all right.
Okay. Now, sources of stress. What are the various sources of stress? Now, too much change too quickly can be cause of stress. Yes, some people are. So on and often people change certain things in their life. Okay. Their living places, their jobs, their salaries, this, that. They always want to go for changes. Some people have a habit of change, and this too much of change is bound to cause stress. Today you are working in this school, due to some reason or other you want to change and go to a different school, and this is now becoming very common in our profession also. It was once upon a time in the corporate world where people used to work for 6 months, they used to jump to another one this way. And in our profession it was not like that. Believe me, I am working in an organization I worked in an organization for more than 19 years before I joined another one as a principal. And during my time, I have never seen teachers leaving. But nowadays, it is becoming very common with teachers also leaving schools within 6 months, within 10 months, which is not a very good thing, I will tell, as far as teachers are concerned. And this one will create stress. Today, you are thinking that your school is not giving you that much, so you will jump to another school which may give you another 5 to extra. But do you think you will get that same privileges which you are getting over here? So this is something that we have to keep it in our mind, respected teachers. I may sound a bit harsh over here, but this is a fact, I will tell you. We always can go for better places. We always can go, but we have to think the consequences before going over there. Okay, because a rolling stone gathers no moss. No, we have heard that saying. Stress can be caused by pleasant and unpleasant events. Yes, sometimes pleasant events also can cause stress, which are supposed to be very good, and unpleasant events are bound to cause stress. Okay, pleasant event maybe say, like say you are getting married, or a child is born in the house, or say you are making a big house, new house, you have built a new house, or you have purchased a car, or you have got a promotion. These will also cause a little bit of stress, but they are all good stress. And of course, unpleasant events we can say a tragedy, death of somebody, somebody is sick, so promotion is getting, there's a problem with the relationship, so on and so forth. The causes of stress may not always be apparent, may not be always true. Okay, usually stress is a result of build-up of related and unrelated events. Yes, that's true. Stress is a result of build-up related and unrelated. Some of them are not may not be related to your work, and some are created by us. Unrelated means we purposely bring something in our life and we put ourselves into stress. Often your stress is more apparent to others than yourself. Yes, it is more apparent to yourself. It may not be the way you are thinking, but it may be like that for others also. Reactions of stress can be emotional, physical, and behavioral. So your reaction, your response to the stress, they can be emotional, they can be very happily feeling, physical, the body may respond in a different way, and your behavioral pattern may change. Okay, so these are the sources of the stress. Okay, sir, can we have the next one, sir? The types of stressors. Just now we have discussed about the stressors, the ones that create stress, that causes stress. So types of stressors are what? Time stressors. Stressors which are related to time. Okay, like work overload. When there is excess work, then the stipulated work, then definitely it becomes a stress for us, especially for us teachers during this exam time. No, when you have to correct the papers within a certain duration of time, and you find a lot of answer sheets, you are there, you have to prepare the result and all. So definitely it creates a stress, but again we can manage it also. And lack of control. Lack of control means if you are not focusing with your work perfectly, you lose control of it. And when you lose control of, you are bound to put yourself in stress. This is a time stress. Sir, once again, can we have that slide, sir? No, it's there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir, not that one, sir. Okay, we'll go back to the this illustrative slide, sir. Yes, sir. And encounter stressors. Stressors due to encounters, events that are happening. Encounters always may not be bad; they can be good also. Like role conflicts, issue conflicts, and action conflicts. Now, when you talk about role conflict, like suppose you have a particular job to do in your organization, another person also has a particular role, that organization do the work. But when things are not matching, when the pulses are not meeting, then conflicts are bound to happen. That is why it is very important that man management and mind management is also important along with stress management. We are all working in an organization. We have different types of people, different mindset, different thinking. But that team building, where of course the school leader plays a very vital role in making the team building. So if the team building is not proper, then what will happen? Conflicts will arise. One will try to curse the other. One will try to pull the leg of the other. And in this situation, what will happen? Stress will develop. Issue conflict on for a particular work or for something like that. Okay, what happens? Issues arise. And those small issues, they join together and make big issues, and then all sorts of problems start arising, and we purposely put ourselves into stress. Then we have situational stresses, almost equivalent to time stresses. Okay, unfavorable working conditions. Yes, if your working condition is not good, if you are asked to start your this is also something that we need to understand it. Okay, unfavorable rapid changes. Some organizations rapidly change their work pattern, and they don't give time to the workers to even think what to do. So they are the reasons for causing stress. Unfavorable working conditions. The IT sector is having tremendous stress. That's why they are applying all those types of techniques and exercises, because they have unfavorable working conditions. If you, I have heard from my students, those who are working in Infosys, okay, that is what I have, that there's a board that says that entry time is this, but when you will exit from there, when you will come out, it's difficult. Okay, so it is like that, and openly I'm saying it because I have heard it from my students. Anticipatory stress, unpleasant expectations, fears, this, that, unpleasant experiences, something that you never thought of experiencing. Like I have told you that one. Unnecessarily we create that situation. Your principal is passing through the corridor, just give a slight glance to you, you start thinking, what will happen to me today? Definitely principal will tell. So these are like unpleasant expectations that we create by ourselves. And of course the fear is something that is definitely another big reason for the fear of failing, the fear of not becoming successful, the fear of losing the trust, the fear of losing the relationships, all these. So in order to remove that stress, we need to work properly and we have to think it. Okay. So can we have the next slide? So stress is a part of life. There are three major types of stress: physical, psychological, and social. There are three major types of stress. We have physical, psychological, and social. There can be many reasons for stress in one's life, such as life events, everyday hazards, traumatic events. Okay, these are the messages that we have got so far. Every stressor will have a different impact on different individuals. Yes, the time stressors, for me it can be different, from you it can be different, from a third person it will be different. So everyone will have it in a different way. The impact will be different, and all individuals will respond to stressors differently. Yes, that's very true. Every individual is his or her own, with his or her own perception, they will do the work, and they will respond to them. So each and every one of us has different ways of controlling the stress, or fighting with the stress, or coping up with the stress. But yes, the basics are same for all. Sir, the next one, sir. Now, decoding the stress response, how it happens, the stressor. Now let us see this. So you can see those arrows, sir. Okay, one after, it's like a flow chart. Okay, situation, intensity of reaction, and perceived danger or threat. Okay, now let's see this one. The stressor is a situation with some degree of physical, psychological danger. Okay, that is the stressor. Perceived, anticipation of harm and interpretation of situation. Now when the stressor acts on us, what we generally think, what we generally get with us, that we start off thinking that something bad will happen to us. Okay, something harmful will happen to us, and that will lead to what? That will lead to an anxiety threat, tension, worry, palpitation, dizziness, all these things. Tension, the brain will be not functioning properly. The palpitation, the heartbeat starts increasing, and dizziness, the eyes don't start functioning properly. Maybe our vision gets blizzard and all this. So all these are the situations by which the stress affects our body. Intensity of the reaction depends upon what is the stresses, how we take it, and the result of it is the danger or the threat that we generally get out of it. Okay, so the next one, please. So reactions to stress. So first of all, what are the reactions to the stress that we will see according to us? According to the discussions that we made so far, increase in anxiety, fear, sorrow, or less. The alarming was anxiety, increase in anxiety. That as the alarm rings, we say, no, this is alarming. This is giving us an indication what will happen. So what is that indication? The increase in reactions to stress, what will increase in anxiety first. There will be fear, there will be sorrow or loss, and aggression will take place. Okay, regressions will take place, repression will take place, withdrawal will take place, leave the stressful situation. So at that time we need to do what? We need to go for resilience, attempt to control the stress using defense mechanism. When stress is there, what will happen? We will try to control it. Resilience means, resistance will be there. After that we'll come to that. So we'll try to resist them, and exhaustion will take place. Stop trying to defend against stress. Stress related pathology occurs in this stage. Okay, so first of all, there will be an alarming sign. Due to that, we will try to resist it. When we will try to resist it, what will happen? We will get tired, we'll get exhausted, and we will stop trying to defend against the stress, which will create a situation where the stress pathology plus stress pathology means defects, unwanted thing, okay, deficiency of body functioning will take place. Okay, if too much of this thing is there, exhaustion is there. But how to get it? So what we should do? Excuse me, just 1 minute. So we have to attend them with aggression. Use behavior that was successful at the earlier time. Now, when these types of situations are occurring, what we will do? We will try to apply our old techniques. If something has happened previously and we got ourselves scot-free from there, we can go for that. Represent, deny that stress exists. Well, this is very difficult to achieve. Stress is there. We cannot deny it, but we have to work it in a different way. Withdraw, leave stressful situation. Leave those. Sometimes some situations are there. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sometimes the situations are there which are so stressful that the best way is to leave from there. But then we have to analyze whether we will be able to leave or not. It's very easy to say leave that situation, but is it always possible? But there again, your own thinking has to come over there. Okay. Fixation, persist in response regardless of effectiveness, and sometimes you have to fix it. What will be the result? We'll see. But at least we will try to remove. We'll try to do something to remove ourselves from those situations. Okay, we cannot run away, but we can remove ourselves by applying techniques by which we will be there as at the same time the stress will not be there. It is very difficult to achieve these things. It needs a lot of determination, lot of hard work, lot of thinking, and lot of strong mind, willpower, but we can do it. So the next one, please. Now, how do we experience stress? How do we experience? See, you see, stressors, they are anticipatory, encounter, time, situational. We have seen them. And the stressors, they do what? They can be physiological, psychological, and all these things. They can happen. And we have to apply a technique called resiliency. Resiliency means to bounce back. Okay. Physically, psychologically, and socially, you have to. The stress is there, the strain is there, but we may have faced a situation, we have suffered due to it, but again we have to bounce back. If you can, and that is the human quality. That is the human quality. We do bounce back. We all face situations which turn out to be extremely stressful. Each one of us has experienced. In my life, I have experienced a lot. In your life, you have experienced. But again, at the same time, we fought back. No, we bounced back. We may have lost certain things because of that stress, but again we bounced back and we came to the right track. So that is also important for us to go. So this is important. This chart is important. Stressors will go. They will have the reactions can be physiological. Physiological means the body reaction. The body may not function properly, and psychological, the brain will also not function properly. But we can bounce back always. We can bounce back always. Remember this thing. We all have bounced back. That's why we have been able to keep ourselves perfect even after so much of stress and strain we have followed. So the next one, can we have? Thank you, Singh sir. Consequences of the stress due to physiological. If the body gets the stress, what are the things? Will the immune response will become low, coronary disease, heart disease will be maximum. Yes, and viral infections. If the immune system goes down, all of you know what is the immune system? The body's defense, the natural defense system. Now, if the immune system is compromised, then we are prone to infections and diseases. Quickly, the viral infections will take place, and the infections will become severe with the passage of time. One of the biggest examples that we have seen is how the coronavirus attacked the people, and you will find many people we are talking about, that comorbidity was there. What was that? The people whose immune system was already down because of the virus. Some people got more stress, and the infection went on becoming from severe to more severe, and finally taking away lives. And psychological burnout, exhausted. Burnout means we get exhausted. The mind doesn't work. We cannot concentrate on things. We cannot leave ourselves in a peaceful situation. Cannot put ourselves. This all leads to burnout. And we say, "Bas, aur humse nahi hota hai." So you have to think about this also. Stress impacts our human body at various levels. There are 4 major effects associated with stress. Okay, that is physiological, about the body, emotional and cognitive. The brain will not work, the heart will not work, emotional work, and behavioral. Obviously, if the brain is not working, if the body is not functioning, okay, if we are not in a very good mood, if the mood is not elevated but it is compromised, the behavior of ours will always go down. Long duration of stress can affect the immune system and increase chances of an individual frequently falling ill. Yes. Some people you will find frequently they fall ill. One is definitely the immune system is not functioning properly, and because of continuously falling ill, some sort of stress is taking place in their body, and because of this, the problem arises. One more example I'll give you. Some people the senior people, senior citizens, you'll find sometimes they go through severe stress and strain in spite of having great life of their own. Maybe their children have not been settled properly, or maybe the married life of the children are not perfect. And these senior people, they, especially men and women, both are there. Okay, they cannot express it properly, and you will find that they are always in stress. They fall sick easily. This is something that we need to understand. Now, we teachers are there. Our thinking is different. Our way of taking things are different. So if we can understand and manage these techniques right from the beginning, then maybe when we will also become senior citizens, we can control ourselves, and right now we can control our working conditions also. It's very easy to say all these things. Sitting and giving big lectures is very easy. जिस पे गुजरता है वही जानता है कि होता क्या है, लेकिन अब हर प्रॉब्लम का तो सॉल्यूशन भी होता है ना? तो वैसा ही. Stress impacts on our body at various levels. There are 4 major effects that I have just now discussed. Okay, long duration of stress can affect the immune system and increase the chance of an individual frequently falling ill. That is why we said that every day in the morning do a little bit of exercise. Okay, in whatever ways of meditation you want to do, you can do meditation. Okay, go out in the morning and use some sort of sound, take out some sort of sound from your body. Okay, which will clear your throat and because we teachers are always prone to a particular disease, particular infection known as pharyngitis. And if too much of pharyngitis is there, we again fall into stress. So that is why in the morning, if you just come out and just make a sound like, oh, you don't have to say the word home also. You just make a sound like this. Oh, you will find if you practice this every day, you will not get pharyngitis, because we teachers are very much prone to this thing. Let's move to the, sir, can we have the next one, please? Okay, lunch break. Lunch break is there, but they say that nearly 90% of the North American workers, this is a snapshot. Okay, this is a snapshot. Nearly 90% of North American workers say taking a lunch break helps them feel refreshed and ready to get back to work. Food is something, अगर पेट में खाना आ गया तो फिर सारे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगा. बस सब कुछ का लड़ाई तो इस खाने के लिए. Keep your stomach full and do work, and you will be less stressful. Employees who take a lunch break every day are more likely to be satisfied with their current job and feel valued by their employer. So that is why in all our schools we have a good lunch break time, at least half an hour to 40 minutes, or starting from say 20 minutes to 40 minutes. We want to make sure that the teachers have their lunch or tiffin or whatever, so that they don't get stressed. And time to time we do conduct different types of small parties and picnics and small gatherings in the schools. All these, and this is happening time and again, so that teachers can enjoy and they will not be stressed, because CBSE wants a stressless environment. 81% of the workers who take lunch break every day have a strong desire to be active member of their company. It's very true. So all of you, okay, please make sure that you take your lunch properly, bring food, don't eat them, and enjoy your work. That's the most important thing. If you enjoy it, you will love it. So the next one, please. So managing stress, the effective and ineffective ways, we have said the objectives are how to eliminate stressors, develop resiliency, cope temporarily with stress. These are the things that we will see quickly just now. Sir, the next one, sir. Yes. So managing time effectively and emotions also. Okay. Spend time on important and urgent matters. Spend time on important and not on urgent matters. There's a difference between important and urgent. Okay, spend time on important, not urgent matters. Because if urgent matters are there and if you spend too much of it, you will be against it. But what is important, what is more valuable for the organization, that you need to see at that particular moment. Okay, identify what you feel is important versus what you feel is urgent. This is where your creativity, your thinking power will come. What is important and what is urgent? There's a difference between urgent means quick response you need. Okay. Now in that case, it may not be always possible to give the result. That's why you have to identify it and give the important matters first and then the urgent ones. Urgent ones need quick solution, but they can be stressful also. Focus on results, not methods. Yes. Whatever method you are applying, finally, the results should be correct. And that is what, because if you go on focusing on the methods, you will go on changing your methods time to time, and you will be killing time and you will be wasting time, and finally you will put yourself in an unnecessary stressful situation. So whatever methods you are applying, make sure the results are there. And this is something that we always use when we are going for the board paper evaluation, no? Because we have to make sure that the correction goes in the right way. How you correct it, which style you do it, that's all your own matter. Okay. Don't feel guilty for saying no. Yes, some of us don't have the capacity of saying no. Some of us are too good. We cannot say no to everybody. But we also have to learn the art of saying no. You have to be mentally very strong. Because if you cannot say no, you are putting yourself in a stressful situation. But you have to calculate it and say no. Okay. And on the other way, regulate emotionally the influence behavior, empathize with the emotions of others, feel for others. Okay, manage the emotions of others, and you can effectively manage the emotions. Okay, sir, the next one can we have, sir? Next one, sir. This thing. Yes, sir, that patch was coming. Sir, need the previous one, sir. Little discussion on the previous one. Some of us have these types of beliefs and all, because of which we always face a stressful situation. Irrational beliefs like I'm always late, I can't do anything right. Okay, these beliefs of ours within us, these irrational beliefs that I am always late, I can't do anything right, everyone around me is more intelligent, I will never get ahead of this class, I should always do my best. So all these irrational thinkings again put us into stressful situation. Let us remove them. Instead of that, what else? I am sometimes I may be late. I do not I do some things right, but not others. Each of my fellow student has strengths and weaknesses. So I am not the only person who is not like this. Okay, I need to find new ways to improve. I try to perform well in many situations. See, your thinking should be positive. Please, for God's sake, don't say I cannot do it, or I'm not capable of doing it, or I'm a failure over here, I'm a mismatch over here. No, it's not. I may not be 100% perfect, but definitely 70% is there with me, which with this I can create wonders. So that type of a thinking should be there, and you will find that you will be less stressed. So the next one, I think, just another 5 more minutes, I think we need.
Yeah, please continue.
Yes, sir. So redesign your work, redesign your style, think in a different way. Lack of freedom is the most important contributor to stress. Yes, that's why nowadays we are giving our teachers tremendous freedom in the school. Principals, directors, they don't interfere too much. Of course, we monitor you. That is very important. There's a difference between monitoring and there's a difference between taking away the freedom. We give lot of freedom to our teachers, because so that they can do their work properly. Use job redesign model to reduce stress. Combine tasks. join hands with others, form identify work units. Form identify work units means find who are the people who are having the common thinking, join hands together and do the work. Establish custom, that is a customer relationship is not for us, but it is for us, the students, whatever they want. Okay, we have to create a rapport among the students. Okay, and the parents also, if necessary, for the betterment of the for the services of the school. Increase decision making authority. Yes, have that quality within yourself by the help of which you can make your own decision. Open feedback channels. Be open to feedback channels. You make your feedbacks, ask feedback from others. Ask others to give feedback about. That's why after every training program, we give a feedback form to the people, so that whatever mistakes we make, we people, those who are giving the training, make mistakes, we can learn from them. Okay, it's very important. So in school, we have to redesign our work. Nowadays, a lot of freedom is given to the teachers, and we always try to make it so that they can use their creativity. It is very clearly mentioned that don't be judgmental. Don't try to give your judgment and all these things. Okay, let them do the work. Give them time, space, work, and come out. And then definitely good work will come out. It may take some time, but it will come out. So the next one, sir. So time is running out. Make sure that things go in the right way. What are the different types of people? Moderate type of A personality. Some people, type A people have a chronic fighting struggle with the social and physical environment. Some people will always find they will not mix with anybody. They will always have a problem. Okay, they are very aggressive, very hostile, very impatient. You know, there are a group of people who will, a small group of people are there who, if you ask them how was this, they will never give you a positive answer in a positive way. It's good, but they will never say. They will say, it's not bad. ऐसा होता ना, खराब तो नहीं था. अरे बाबा, अच्छा बोलने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है आपका? ठीक है, खराब नहीं था मतलब अच्छा है, तो अच्छा बोलिए ना. खराब तो नहीं था, इतना सारा वर्ड्स देके बोलने का क्या जरूरत है? But it is the mentality is like that, you know. They will never say. I have come across, many of you have come across this type of people who will also say, नहीं खराब तो नहीं था. तो अच्छा बोलने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? अच्छा सुनने में भी अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन नहीं वो सब बोल. So this is actually no. They are struggling within their own selves. Okay, they are very aggressive, hostile type of people. Are subject to time, demand, self-imposed pressure. अपने आप को हरदम प्रेशर में डाल लेते हैं. They eat fast, they walk fast, they talk fast. सब कुछ इतना जल्दी करने की कोशिश करता है, और क्या करता है, ये सब करके अपने आप को एक स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन में डाल देते हैं, और फिर वहां से निकल नहीं पाते. और फिर वो क्या करता है, अपना जो फ्रस्ट्रेशन है वो दुनिया के सामने एक दूसरे तरीका से निकालने की कोशिश करता है, जिसमें हम सब अच्छे लोगों का क्षति हो जाता है. Okay, my Hindi is not so good, but I'm trying my best, okay, to say. Okay, we'll move to the next one, sir. The different types of personality people that we have. Lifestyle disorders and acute rise in India. Lifestyle disorders are on rise. Hypertension, diabetes, okay, diabetes mellitus, cardiovascular diseases, depression, anxiety, stroke, chronic kidney disease, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis. All of you know what is osteoporosis. When the bones become very soft, the calcium density of the bones goes down. Osteoarthritis, when the lubricants at the joints are decreased, they dry out. Dementia and cancer. So lifestyle disorders takes place. Okay, the way we live, the way we think, okay, that sometimes takes the beauty from our own lives. Modifiable risk factors: tobacco, alcohol, physical interactivity, unhealthy diet, and stress. These are the ones which are also the creators of. We try to take all this and we think that we will move ourselves out of the stress situation, but in reality it doesn't happen. एक चीज एकदम दिमाग में घुसा लीजिए, अगर आप सोचिएगा कि शराब से आपका दुख और दर्द मिट जाएगा, तो ये सबसे गलत बात है, क्योंकि दुख और दर्द वो शराब को बाहर आ जाता है. They know how to swim out. So please, for God's sake, don't go and take all these intoxicating substances. Non-modifiable risk factors, aging, heredity, yes, some of the things which cannot be changed, but some of the things which can be changed. Behavioral change, communication through health promotion, reduce risk by targeting modifiable risk factors. So the way we talk, the way we take life, the way we mix, these are the important factors that will keep us less stressful, but then we don't know. हमारा ईगो इतना ज्यादा है कि हम कर ही नहीं सकते. अगर कर दिए तो हमने तो 7 समुंदर पार कर देंगे सुख का, अच्छे जीवन का. Sir, the next one. So we need to develop resiliency. Resiliency is to bounce back. Okay, some stressors will not go away. Resiliency increases the capacity to withstand negative effects of stress. Resiliency, again, I'm telling you, it's a property of ours. It's a quality of ours to bounce back from the bad situation. Some stressors may not go away, but we can always.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please.
Surajit sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vangshu, sir, I can hear you, sir. You want to say something, sir? Vangshu, sir, I can hear you, sir. Himanshu, sir, I can hear you, sir. Is there any issue has arisen, sir? And you know, sometimes so resilience increases the capacity to withstand negative effects of the stress. Okay, so if we can develop this, we can. Assumptions are there, like events trigger stress, but people respond to stress differently, and resiliency factors moderate the stress. Yes, sir. Himanshu, sir, is there anything? So physical stress, we have already discussed about this. Psychological stress, emotional self-esteem, tiredness, and social close emotional ties get decreased. Common experiences, supportive, faulty coping. What are the things that can lead to this stress? Sexual indulgence, substance abuse, rash driving, violence, sedentary lifestyles. Okay, this will also take us. Thank you, Gautam sir. Thank you very much. Balance your activities of life. Apply for cultural activities, physical activities. Develop yourself. Put yourself in different types of activities, like intellectual activities, social activities. Engage your life. Don't keep your life in an ashtray, and you will find life is beautiful. Stressless will be there. These are the things, these are the techniques that we need to apply, and we can win our life. Somebody is saying sure, sir. Definitely, sir. Please go ahead. You will definitely. The way stress affects us depends on the balance and all. And so we have to change the stresses. We have to, the 4 A's are there: avoid, alter, adapt, and accept. Avoid the stressor, alter the stressor, adapt the stressor, and accept the stressor, and you will live a better life. Okay. So the next one, the rest are all self-explanatory. Stress management: avoid unnecessary stress, avoid these things. Coping in dynamic situations, concentrate on work. Different people have different coping strategies that you will be going forward. The way we cope with stress often depends upon our rigid, deep-seated beliefs and experiences. Okay, so this way we will, this is the key message that we want to give to you. Yes, sir, I think we have come to the last one. So you have been awfully tense lately. Then this is another illustration, a cartoon that said if a cat comes over here, what will happen and all. So we have to think the stresses in that way. And sir, the next one. Okay, so mindful mantras. What are the things we need to remove ourselves from stress? Be creative, be imaginary, listen to music, think about it, go for meditation, do some exercises, and take proper nutrition, take proper rest, and then you will find that the body has less stress. We can have these things. We can do all these things. Thank you, Saurav sir. Thank you very much. Sir, can we move to the next one? I think we are coming. Meditation. We can do meditation. I'm not going in detail. Okay, it has a long-term effect on removing stress. Music is something that enlightens our mind, soothes our heart. It helps in creating good vibes within us, and we can live a stressless life. Okay. Travel to places. Make it a point once in a year. Please travel with your loved ones to places, and you will enjoy. And other ways of offering alternative methods of relaxation, like go for meditation sessions, yoga sessions, aromatherapy, which is nowadays very much in use, relaxation massage, enjoy cultural programs, take part in cultural programs, meet people. Don't keep yourself isolated. The more isolated you are, thank you, Sunita ma'am, the more stressful you will be. So engage yourself, mix with people, and you will find things are, thank you, that life is beautiful. So let us all promise to have a stressless life, and we all can go for that. With this, I think we have come to the end of this session. It was in a very hurricane session we had, stressless session. But well, sometimes situations are like this, and we have to act according to that. So exercise, play, take a nap, listen to music, make yourself beautiful, make yourself your life beautiful, make yourself beautiful. Put on the best dress, eat the food that you prefer, move to the places you want to visit, and you will find have have a very good relationship with everybody in your organization. Just say that whatever God has given to me, I am satisfied with it, and you will find you will never have stress in life. We all have to struggle, but through those struggles, we do get results and apply those results. Okay, so with this, I think we have come to the end of the session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Surajit sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
If any of the participants have some question, they can write in the chat box. We'll try to take on as much question as sir can take. It was a really enlightening session once again, Surajit sir, as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for giving me a chance, sir. Whenever you give me chance, sir, I get that extra impetus.
Short notice. So will we say keep disturbing you in a way?
Yeah, sir, I want you to disturb me, sir.
Yes,
I love to be disturbed by you, sir.
thank you so much.
Whenever
Thank
you
you
feel.
so much.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you
Thank
all
you
the
all.
participants. The links have been shared in the chat box, requesting you all to please finish your feedback by 5:35 p.m. sharp, because thereafter the link will be closed. So with this, we are at the end. Thank you so much, all the participants, Simple ma'am, Surjit sir, on behalf of Aryavarta Sahodaya School Complex, our president, Mrs. Radhika K, founder, Dr. C.B. Singh sir, our vice president, Mr. O.P. Singh sir, the secretary, Ms. Manisha Verma ma'am. I'm thankful to you once again. And it was really a nice cooperation from your side that you are enlightening all of us in such a magnificent way.
I'm humbled, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So, thank you all. With this, we are at the end.
Right, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. এই যে দুম করে হঠাৎ ট্রেনিং করে দাও 1 ঘন্টা